Welcome back to the crazy world of real estate. Sometimes it be like this.
Send it.
Oh, okay. Ouch.
That is
that's
so true. What just happened, right? Bounce, kick around. We got this. We're working in sync. Parents, bang.
I
Ball
love
game.
the appraiser. Like the appraiser had like 3 kicks on that ball,
Yeah,
but
juggling.
kept it alive. And
Yep.
then, no,
Almost.
it's not happening.
And the parents just
That's
come in
funny.
hot, kicking right in the gonads.
It does really highlight the complexity of a real estate transaction, all the different parties, and how we're all working together towards this common goal. And
Yes,
boom.
we've had that happen before, where the parent comes in to see the property. They fly in to see the property, and then it's not acceptable.
no
stick a
mas.
There's
fork in
something
it.
better out there for you, right?
Yeah. Or the parent knows how the real estate deal works in this market
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
not even from this market, and you're just
My favorite is
You
when the
need a
dad gets
30%
involved in the
discount.
inspection. That's my favorite.
oh yeah, that has become just a meme.
Oh, yeah.
It's become a massive meme. Well, the U.S. government is still shut down, and is it threatening home sales in flood-prone areas? There's a new report that says yes, it is. It could be impacting tens of thousands of homes that are in floodplain areas. What do we think about this, and how does this impact the buyer's ability to get that flood insurance?
So this is the subsidy flood insurance that the government gives
Yeah.
Yes.
to
Home- as a-
certain areas of the
Right.
country that are more prone to
Yes.
flood.
Yes.
North
correct.
Carolina, Maryland, Florida, places like that.
But I've heard that a lot of these payouts are very small.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
So
what-
are these does it even cover
well,
the amount
they
of
can't
of their
close.
loss?
They're going to wait to close on these. So you're talking about like massive economic
Delays.
loss and delays.
So if you're in a flood-prone area, it could hinder your accessibility to the insurance coverage to
And then they can't even get the
close
loan.
on
Correct.
the loan.
They
Right.
won't,
Gotcha.
they won't
Okay.
close until that's there. So that's literally delaying and stopping closings.
Yes.
So that's what I saw. It said like in 2 weeks, it was almost like $20 billion of damage.
Yikes.
And then like if it goes on a month, you're talking
not
about
good.
like over $50 billion of damage.
So probably a lot of it in Florida.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. The markets I cited in the article, let's see. You had found it. You rattled them off. Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida could see more than half of their home sales disrupted because of this elevated flood insurance risk.
Well, and when you have a state like Florida that has, what's their state population? Like 30 million or something,
Yeah.
40 million? Like way the hell up there. And so like that many houses, I mean, now you have like 250,000 real estate agents there.
But is this
So-
just allowing because if you live in a flooded zone, just move. Move to Arizona. There's no flooding here. We just have haboobs, right?
Move, but
It's
you
like-
can't sell because that buyer can't get
can't
insurance.
buy.
And now that the government
Yeah.
shut down, they can't get
Well,
the.
true, but they
Yeah, you're
started it
stuck.
They started it somewhere, sometime, right? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we don't want to hinder people from moving here, so we'll subsidy the flood insurance.
Or we could just come to terms on this shutdown and stop it.
Well-
I mean, that's also the other
Well,
way
that too. Yeah,
Sorry.
there
I
you
don't wanna
go.
go there.
Well, but on insurance in general, remember back in I'd say February, Jerome Powell was giving testimony before Congress, and he said that one of the biggest issues is insurance and how we could see ourselves. What was the term he used?
Insurance island.
Yes, we could see ourselves like basically in a situation where buyers can't get home insurance.
Yeah, and then that would bring down those markets.
Right.
It
Like
would
California with
crash
the fires,
markets.
right?
And then
just
would-
as an example.
And then would homeowners just foreclose, and then banks would start to lose money on some of those, and they
Who
could be
knows?
cascading.
Now,
I
now we
think
have to come up with some type of like government
Someone will
created
solve.
insurance.
Well, which is kind of what
They'll
this
solve it.
is.
Just-
And now that the government shut down,
It's
this
just print the
yeah.
money. Print the money.
There is a way out. There is a way out of this.
It's
but-
printing. That's the way it is. That's the way out, because that's what
Yeah.
they're doing here.
Yep.
This subsidy is just printing money, so
Absolutely.
everyone in the country pays a little bit more so that they can have flood insurance,
Yep.
and they can live in these areas where
Right.
it's more prone to flooding.
Right.
I mean, why don't they give us what happens here in Arizona?
I say our
Kaboobs.
homeowners insurance is
Dust.
relatively
It's pretty cheap,
inexpensive.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
Well,
dust.
It's
so
haboob insurance.
as home buyers getting flood insurance might be facing a particular challenge, Zillow takes a W. They just scored a huge win. The Supreme Court declined to hear the case that Rex had filed against Zillow. Now, this is a really old case.
Yeah, old.
Rex
I
took it,
remember when this-
which Rex is now shuttered, and the
They
deal
took it on the
was
chin.
They did. They challenged Zillow because Zillow segmented their listings inside of Zillow.
Yep.
And Rex said that was unfair. Rex has since shuttered. They're no longer a brokerage, but they were still fighting the giant all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I remember when all this went down years ago, right? Because Rex, they made a nice little splash in the pan when they did. And I remember hearing about them pretty avidly. And then they got shut down basically through this whole thing like quickly because they got segmented out. And so they brought this antitrust case to Zillow. And then now that the Supreme Court says, nope, kibosh, we're not hearing it.
Yes,
They're
it was
not
a
gonna
big
hear it.
boulder in the ocean.
Unfortunately, that's probably that's the down for the count knockout punch.
But will Compass and Anywhere, will that like make a splash here?
Well, they
with-
consolidate and
Yes.
become all
be
powerful.
a little bit more powerful.
Well,
than
listen
Rex.
to what Zillow said in a statement to Inman News. They said that Zillow was founded on increasing transparency in real estate, and we have a long history of advocating for practices and launching products that do just that. This decision reinforces our longstanding commitment to transparency, innovation, and prioritizing consumers. That sounds like ChatGPT mumbo jumbo to
And that's a
me.
bunch of
I don't know
BS
about
too.
you.
I mean, why don't you
Make
be
this sound
transparent
kind
and
and
say you're
pleasant.
selling leads to other agents? That hey, when you're hitting contact agent, you're not contacting the listing agent. And
Well,
that when you use a Zillow agent, when you get connected with the Zillow agent, you're paying 30 to 40%, or that
of the commission to that
that
agent.
agent
It
is
is
paying
in
30
their
40%.
terms.
It's
They
in their
do
terms,
disclose
but
it.
if they are founded on increasing transparency, then put it right
It's
there
not
in the
very
front
transparent.
there.
Yeah.
This is not the listing agent.
Buried in the
This is the
TOS.
listing agent. If you click this button, you will be using another agent. That's not the listing agent.
Yeah. Should
That would
they-
be transparent, Zillow.
Well, and this new lawsuit that's been recently filed against Zillow is aiming to do just that. to
Yeah,
provide
so
that
they
sort
should
of
just
transparency.
squash this lawsuit and then just say, "Hey, we'll be transparent and we'll do this."
Yeah, here's our
Right.
adjustments we're going to make.
Yes, we'll make these people say that they agree to this 30%.
It pulls you through a thing. You click
40%
contact. Would you
referral.
like to contact the listing agent or our preferred agent?
Yes.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
now all of
What-
a sudden it gives you the choice right
That
away.
would be ultimate transparency, Zillow.
Now, that is similar to what Homes.com is
Yep.
doing, right? Homes.com is real big on your listing, your lead. And if you get a lead on
Yep.
their site to your listing, they're going to route that to you.
Yep.
I guess is the theory.
Speaking of people joining the fight, when we're talking about this whole Compass, Anywhere, all that stuff, could you imagine if Homes.com decides to join in with Compass and like let's go after Zillow on this? Because again, the 300 million eyeballs is obviously ridiculously powerful that Zillow possesses. But
Well-
if you were to get that many people rallying the wagons to take them on, woo,
They have. I mean,
Yeah.
Andy Florence showed
Oh, yeah.
up at the
Oh,
open
yeah.
house of the agent who was banned from Zillow because they did an exclusives prior to listing on the MLS. He actually showed up at the
I know.
open house. He FedExed invitations to like the nearest 1,000 homes, and he takes a selfie. A billionaire takes a selfie in front of this Maryland open house. So Homes.com, I
Yep.
believe, is
Is
and
willing, yeah.
CoStar is fighting.
well, and let's face
the
it,
giant.
CoStar has deeper pockets than Zillow. One of the few companies out there in the real estate space that
Oh,
does.
you think, huh?
Yeah, we looked up their market cap. I think their market cap is like 35 billion.
So what do you guys think about this merger?
Versus 15
What do you
billion.
think about this merger? Homes.com, Compass and Anywhere.
Ooh.
That'd be that'd be a heavyweight.
Yeah,
That would be a
they
heavyweight.
could take on Zillow.
Oh yeah, they'd
yeah,
toss
they
them
could take
around.
on Zillow.
Well, the year is not over. What do you think? Anything exciting coming down the pike? Drop it in the comments. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.